What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another video today, and in this video I'm going to be taking a look at the JC Wings August 2025 releases. Yet another release announcement that gets announced out of the blue, and here I am, got some time right before I get back into the swing of things with school and whatnot, so without further ado, we're going to go ahead and take some time to look at these releases. Starting off, up top, we have an Air China 737-800. Looks like a red flower special livery of some kind. And then right below that, a Martin Holland MD-80. Very nice. I think it might be some type of hybrid too, because I don't think that was their standard livery. Malaysia Airlines 737 MAX 8 with that special livery. And I see a Soviet airliner, a Tupolev Tu-154. I think that's an M model specifically. I don't know the operator, but I think it's a Chinese airline. And then we have a Spirit A320neo. This is the Free Spirit. I think this is like a movie or something that they were promoting. I'm not sure if they still have that livery or not, but I think the Spirit special liveries, they only last for like a couple months before they repaint them. But at any rate, moving up, we have the Lufthansa A340-300 Star Alliance livery. It's also a Luxair Q400. I remember having one of those in 400 scale. Sold mine to a guy who really wanted it, so there we go. Air France Saab 340. And then we also have a 777-300 with a flaps down release coming as well. And a Scandinavian 737-600, I believe. Yeah, it looks like a 600. Looking good. That is part one. And then over in part two, very nice set of releases here. We have the United 747 Friendship, the Farewell livery, also getting a flaps down release, and then an Evergreen Convair 580. Very cool. Olympic 737, I want to say that's a 400. And then we have the A340 500 house livery. And also coming as well, the Air India 787. I think, yeah, 787-9 that just got unveiled from the paint factory recently, so that will be very nice to see those flying soon. Okay, 1 to 400, let's see what we have here. We have a KLM 737. I think it's related to the Northwest KLM partnership. Lufthansa A340-600, presumably another soccer livery of some sort. And then we have an MD-80, a house livery here. Virgin Atlantic 747-400, normal and flaps down. And also a Cathay Pacific Cargo 748 interactive series. Moving up, ooh, very nice. 777X, a 777-9 specifically. And looks like the rest of these are future releases. We have the Transavia A321neo retro livery. The Thai A350-900. Fiji Airways A330-200 Oneworld. And Star Alliance Singapore 777-300ER. That one getting a flaps down release. And then the last four, ooh, there's a Hawaiian 717 down there. Greater Bay Airlines 738 there in the top left. Then we have a Jetstar 788 and an Air Asia A320. So that is all of the JC Wings releases for August. Pretty good set, though. Not exactly the greatest set that I've covered from JC, I would say. There's still a lot of good geographical representation, which has been pretty much the norm for JC ever since I started covering them more regularly. In 1 to 200, that Martinair MD-80 and then that Tu-154, those are super nice planes. Love them as being a retro guy. That SAS Old Livery 737, also a great choice. Evergreen Convair 580, the Olympic 737 as well. A340 500, house livery. All of those great choices, and then that 747 Friendship 1 to 200, also super nice. I know Gemini did that right around the time United retired the 744 from their fleet. And then in 1 to 400, loving the MD-80s, love to see that representation, even if it's just a house livery. And then that Transavia A321neo, though I assume most people are going to go for the NG whenever that gets formally released. And then a bunch of Alliance liveries as well, that Oneworld and the Star Alliance for Fiji and Singapore respectively. And a good handful of other special liveries too. That Lufthansa A340 with some special livery, and then that KLM 737 also with a special sticker. I think that might be a 400 as well, like the Olympic, if I'm not mistaken. And then the other slide as well, that Greater Bay 738 and then a Hawaiian 717, that's one of the Lilo and Stitch special liveries, which Phoenix has also announced. You'll see that in the release video from last week. Trying to keep up with all these releases, but I've got so many videos in the schedule, which, you know, it's a good thing to have at this point because I'm going to be back in school, so I don't have as much time to make videos like I would want to, but, you know, that could certainly change over time. But rest assured, we're going to do what we can to keep up with these new releases from all these manufacturers. Super nice to see what's all coming out here, and we've got a few more months left of 2025 before we move on into next year, and there will certainly be a lot more to come as we move forward. With that being said, that is the end of the video. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next video.